How do you know if someone is a narcissist in a situation where perhaps some sort of relationship is ending? It could be friendship or something like that, maybe more. So a normal person is okay with everybody winning as long as they don't lose. Narcissist or not, nobody likes losing. Okay? So long as they win, they don't care who wins. Well, a narcissist, and I know this word is thrown around a lot, and I'm sorry about that, but sometimes it's just the way it is. A narcissist doesn't just want to win. And they're not content with you losing. They have to utterly destroy you. They can't just win. And I've known people like this. I know people now that have already won in their situation. But they're not happy with that. The other person in the situation has already lost, but they're not content with that. They have to utterly destroy that other person, even painting them out to be some horrid, disgusting monster, just to make sure that they don't just lose, they lose everything. So, if you've got somebody in your life who's going through, I don't know, some sort of end of a relationship, and that person has everything, didn't lose, gained everything that could be perhaps divided in that relationship, and they're still trying to win after they've won, that person is likely a narcissist. So that's the kind of person you stay away from. And if you can't stay away from them, at least don't give them yourself. Some people aren't content with winning. You have to be destroyed. And even then, they won't be happy. That's why they move on and destroy other people afterward. If a person is willing to give things up just so they aren't destroyed utterly, if they're willing to give things up to make sure somebody else isn't destroyed utterly, that person is not a narcissist. They may not be completely emotionally or mentally healthy, but that's not a narcissist. A narcissist will never give without expectation. A narcissist will never give with the hope that someone else might win, unless that person, that narcissist, can somehow benefit from it. Sign of the sign of someone who's not a narcissist is that they will give to somebody knowing that they could never benefit from it. Give without any expectation. Like, I was talking to a friend of mine just today, and a thought popped in my head. My friends don't borrow anything from me. That doesn't mean that they don't get to use what I have. What that means is I let them use what I have if, say, I don't need it or I have an alternative. And they use it till they don't need it anymore. Or until I've replaced it. If they're using something of mine and I'm able to replace it, I'll just let them keep it. Why? Because I want to see my friends and family not just exist. They don't serve me. Those people, I want them to prosper. I want them to sit at the top of the mountain, glorying and reveling in their success. And I just want to be happy that they got there. I'd like to look around and see hundreds of little mountains or big mountains with my friends and family sitting at the top. Quite frankly, I want to see that same thing for my soon-to-be ex-wife. I don't actually hate her. I just don't want to hurt anymore. If she ended up at the top of the heap, glorying and reveling in her accomplishments, I'd give her a thumbs up and move on. Enjoy my own life as much as I can. It's whenever my livelihood, my life is threatened, not by their success, by forced failure. That's when it becomes a problem. When somebody has made me their enemy, their target, that's a problem. But I want to see people around me succeed. I want to see them at the top of the mountain, illuminated by the light shining off their gold. I want to see them be the bosses of their own lives. My friend in Georgia, which until he says otherwise, he'll remain nameless. My friend, my many friends here in Texas. I have people I call brother. I have men in my life I call brother, and I mean it wholeheartedly. These men are my brothers. I will fight and I will die for them. I want to see them sitting on a golden throne in a castle at the top of a mountain, a castle made of gold. If they don't reach their hand out and lift me up and help me build my own castle made of gold, so be it. I've gone this long without my throne on the mountain. If I never get my throne on the mountain, so be it. Just don't throw me in the dungeon just because I haven't jumped off a cliff. There's no reason to drag someone down just because they aren't suffering as much as you want. Worry about your own life. You want to get to the top of the mountain? Get to the top of the mountain. If you think burying somebody is going to get you to the top of that mountain, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve success that is bought with the blood of another. Period. If you have to build your empire through someone else's pain and suffering, that makes you evil, not successful. And that success will crumble as easily as it was got. A person who loves you, a person who at the very least doesn't hate you, a person who is not a narcissist, will not care whether you succeed or fail, so long as they don't fail. Someone who has already won, but is still attacking you, trying to destroy you, that's a narcissist. And that person will have their day. Whatever empire they build on that will crumble. It will fall. May not be tomorrow. It may not be 10 years from now. It may be at the end of their lives, but it will happen. And they will see that hate reflected back on them. So, yeah. Don't be that person. I want to see the people around me succeed. I want to watch them revel in their successes. I will be happy for them. Give without any hope of reward. If they don't give you a reward, so what? If you're doing it for a reward, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. So, let other people build their castles on their mountains. Leave them alone and build your own.